You see, no matter what situation you are in, you will always found, or you will always found yourself, or you will always find that you are blessed in your life. All you have to do is to look hard enough. Being grateful leads you to thank Allah. But when you don't remember all of the blessing in your life, you are not going to be grateful. If you are not grateful, you will not feel blessed. That's where the solution is found. Gratitude is an active exercise that you must do by looking for things you are blessed with. You will always recognize that you actually have good things in your life. When you don't recognize or see those blessings that are already in your life, then you should focus on the only those things that are making you sad, and thus find yourself in a state of sadness, frustration, and despair. When a person doesn't see the blessing in their life, it is easy to become sad or even depressed because you feel like everything in your life is going wrong. It is essential for your own peace of mind and happiness that you begin to take the advice Allah gives us. That's ultimately what we learn in the different verses of the Quran. How many times in your life you have been in a bad spot and Allah has saved you, where Allah pulled you out of that situation when you were in that particular problem? How many times Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala helped you to take you out of that bad situation? When you felt the problem is never going to end, Allah pulled you out of that situation. How many times we have been in tense situation where we affected with worries, sorrow, uh, fatigue, depression, and affected by the sadness, and we are afflicted with these things that we feel we have no control even over our families, our friends, our communities, where you feel a state of intensity or intensely sad or intensely angry. These negative emotion harms us, take our mind, brain, heart to some other level. We turn to Allah, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala pulls us out of these problems. Sometimes we don't even turn to Allah, yet He saves us from this situation. Maybe Allah gives you a solution through your friends or through your family, saves you through a kind of a words from someone. Sometimes it is by giving you an increase in wealth of some sort which came to you when you least expected it to. Now, remember that how many times in your life you have been in a bad spot and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has got you out of that situation. No one could help you, but Allah got you out. We as a human being, we forget very quickly. And that's why uh, Allah tells us that always remember me in your prayers. Always remember me whenever you are in a position where you think that nobody can help you. I'm always here. Our lives are full of blessings, and ultimately Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that remembrance of the blessing is what going to give you happiness, because if you are not grateful for what or what's in your life, you will never be happy. How do we worship Allah if you are not grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? The worship, it leads you to the recognition of all the goodness in your life if you actively recognize the blessing of your life. And when you recognize the goodness in your life and the fact that you did have a hand in it, you don't have the ability to bring these things in your life, you will recognize that Allah gave these to you. Allah gave them to you. That is the risk from Allah. And when you realize that, you become grateful. Recognizing the balance, recognizing the blessings of Allah in your life will make you thankful to the one that gave it to you. That's human nature. It's the way Allah has built us. However, I'll repeat this again as it is so important. If you don't recognize the blessing in your life, you will never be happy. The connection between us and Allah, the connection between your happiness and gratitude is permanent. Look throughout the Quran and you will find Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about His over and over again, reminding us because we are a people, we are a person, or we people who naturally forget or we forget everything. We incline towards our desires for the things that we want, and then we forget about all the things that we already have in our lives, all those blessings that Allah has already given to us. Don't forget the favors of Allah. Don't forget your happiness. Don't forget your happiness in this life depends on remembering the blessing that Allah has given you. Ask yourself, are you grateful? Are you looking for the favors of Allah in your life right now? Or are you always looking at what you want? Remembrance of Allah and recognizing your blessing is the key to a happy state. So the easiest way to do this is to remain constant connection to Allah. You can do this by connecting with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through the Quran on daily basis. Study the Quran, understand it, and apply it in your life. Learn the lessons the Quran is teaching us. Learn it, understand each and every verse. Learn the lessons the Quran is teaching and start to take small steps towards living it. This is the solution to all the problems. It is important you understand what that means if you don't connect to Allah on daily basis. And I don't mean just a salah, because we pray 5 times daily and our 5 daily prayers and still have these problems. So you have to take the actual steps by remembering Allah, going towards Him, remembering the blessings you have it right now from Allah. I say active because this is something that you need to do by willful action. Willful actions, otherwise it won't happen. Just as easy it is to do it, it's just as easy not to do it. You need to make your life, the whole life connection to Allah, because that's what life is all about. Now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala telling us that remember the blessing that I gave you. And if you remember the blessing from me, you are in the beginning stage of forming that connecting with me. You will become grateful in your life, which will make you happy. Uh, I pray that Allah blesses all with this connection so that we feel supported through the ups and down of our lives. So, inshallah, I'm going to leave you with that. I'd like to hear how you are benefiting from these daily verses from the Quran or daily conversation that I'm having with you. Leave us a comment of your thoughts. And inshallah, ta'ala, I'll try my level best, inshallah, to come up with some more improvements because I have started these all these videos coming online by so many people. So inshallah, I'll try to come up with other things as well. And the way that I have improved my life, I have trying to make a connection with Allah. I'll try you people to make that connection with Allah. Jazakallah khair. Thank you so much.